Hi guys, welcome to episode 40 View Squalor here. We got Lennox Hughes on the phone with us today. Lennox, a lot of you are comparing yourself to, a lot of people say you're comparing yourself to Jimmy Graham. What do you think about that? Well, yeah, Jimmy Graham, same height. I'm 2 pounds lighter than he is, and we both can't block, but man, we are good at catching the ball. We're going to score a lot of touchdowns with Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, you guys will like this guy. You like me as a Packer. That was my poor attempt to put a cameo in there of Lennox Hughes, our first round draft pick, superstar tight end, same height as Jimmy Graham, a little lighter by 2 pounds. Can't block, but yeah, that doesn't matter to me. And so then we got Lewis Coleman from the 3rd round, and you can see that he's a speed rushing left end, left outside linebacker. Coverage is not as great, but we'll see what we can do with him. And then 2nd round, I'm sorry. And then Avery Stork here. He's our scrambling quarterback who dropped in the draft until I had no choice but to pick him up. Got good carry, good elusive. So, yeah, that short accuracy. I don't even, do we even see his long? And I don't know. But we'll have to give him a shot, see what we get there. And then our 3rd round pick, Terrian Tart. Very tall, possession wide receiver. And our other 3rd round pick, even taller, possession red zone threat. We're in Devontae Adams' number there. Hopefully that jumping is good. And we picked up our starting left guard here. So, yep, Dakota Farr here. And Derek Terrell, another wide receiver. I got happy he was the fastest wide receiver, and he's got a 96 speed and a 91 acceleration. So he should make the team. Got a left end that we picked up here. You can see his Darren Phillips. And then our last 3 draft picks were randoms. And defensive tackle, another tight end here, and finally another left outside linebacker that are all going to struggle to make the team, maybe sit on the practice squad, and go from there. So I went through the first round of the draft picks, and I will show you who I think the worst pick was. And that would be for the Bengals. The Bengals, 1st round pick. I think they win the poor pick award. This middle linebacker right here, the 72 overall, the 17th pick in the draft. Run stopping wide receiver or middle linebacker. I feel like that's not a great pick for such a high thing. The Eagles had a couple picks before, but at least he was an 82. This guy's a 72. Wow, that's gonna hurt. And then the guy right before him from the Raiders, this guy's interesting too. He wasn't great either, 74 overall, but he's a star player at least. So the right guard, they can throw him on the line, and I guess because he's a lineman, that's actually pretty good. I think it's a good pick. This is the other one because it was 8th overall. It's on the Texans. This right outside linebacker, power rusher. It's not bad per se, but 8th pick overall. And then I'm going to go for the best pick in the draft. It's got to be this guy right here. Oh, you knew I was picking him. He's the only superstar in the draft in the first round. I don't know about all the other rounds. I didn't go through that, but I mean, he's an 81, so that puts him 2 points below the highest 83, who was picked 6th by the Vikings, the quarterback. The quarterback, I mean, the Vikings got a great quarterback too, because this is just a tight end. And when you're looking at position play, the Vikings probably got the best pick with the 6th pick overall. Quarterback. Oh, he's just a quick, so maybe not. I don't know. I'm excited that we got a superstar. And I'm excited how the draft went. So we're pretty set on moving to... Oh, you know what? We have to adjust the roster. I can move a position on one regular season. Oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time. One regular player, and then one of these guys too. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look, see if anything's worth moving around. So I'll be back for that. All right, I had to see what he would be as a running back. He's a 66 overall with a 36 receiving back. Yeah, that's not going to happen, but it was fun. I didn't see any players I wanted to move from our draft picks, and we'll leave them all where they are. The Browns traded up for KJ Hart with me, and he was a 75 normal second round pick, so in return I was able to pick up Avery Stork and Antonio Hall, so that was a pretty decent trade in. A 77 quick and a 73 wide receiver. But yeah, so I'm going to only make one change, and we are going to move Jamal Williams back to halfback. But first, we're going to see what he looks like as a tight end. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, maybe we can just look at the tight end depth chart. I don't know if it's going to show him on there or not. Hopefully it will. He'd be a 67. Yeah, no, he's going to be a fullback. Or he's going to move him to wide receiver. Not wide receiver. Oh, am I kidding? Oh my gosh. He's going to be... Change. Edit player. Going back to halfback. That's my move for the year. He's a 76. I think that's what we're doing. So, all right. I'm gonna advance the week to the preseason. Hopefully have no crazy retirements or anything. Maybe we should probably look at the retired list. Jareer Alexander is available to play. Preseason. Let's see if there were any retirements. Did you hear that? Whistly nose. No. People are being cut already, though. Bye. Preseason's over and it didn't go so well. Here's the stats. Aaron Rodgers. Completion percentage, 75%. But Avery Stork only 58. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rushing wise, there's no way to make the quarterback run the ball. I don't think. Unless you did like a, I don't know, run and shoot, I guess. I don't know. But here's the stats for the running backs. And Avery Stork ran. Receiving. Oops. Antonio Hall leading the way. Lennox got a couple catches and a touchdown in. Defensively, let's look at the sacks. Kenny Clark getting the job done. Coney, Matthew O'Donis. No picks. We got one injury. Kevin King. He's out for 8 weeks. 8 weeks with a broken wrist. So that's not good because I'm a little thin at corner already. So 7 more weeks to go. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. And we got to cut 13 players. So here's our all. Couple of wide receivers that can get let go. And then probably have to send him on the way. It was fun while it lasted. Oh, that's right. You know what I meant to do? Dang, I really... Shoot, I meant to look at Aaron Rodgers' statistics. And Davante Adams. So let's do that real quick before we get to that point. We're gonna look at so far ARs. All right, so there's where he took over for Brett Favre, and here's the Super Bowl year, and then the Ped year. He was phenomenal. And then a good 12, and then 13, he broke his collarbone. And 14, and that was the Super Bowl, or the NFC Championship game. That's when Mike McCarthy should have been fired. And 15 was a good year, but defense was terrible, I think. 16 was the NFC Championship game. You can see this phenomenal. And then 17 was another broken collarbone. And then 18 in Madden. This is when Madden starts, so he had a good year there. Won the Super Bowl. Even better year 19. Interceptions were up a little bit there, but... And then 20. And then last year it kind of dipped down a little bit. So now here we are now in 23. Interesting that they have the stats for that. Rushing wise, Madden took over. Don't run the ball too much in Madden with a quarterback, apparently. They don't scramble, that's for sure. So, defensive. Okay, so that's AR. Next up, we're going to do the Washington Redskins. Davante Adams is a 91 overall and their top player. I like Davante Adams. He's great. So here we go. When he started with the Packers, 2018 really blew up. He only had 74 catches. Huh. Then 19, even more phenomenal. And then kind of came down a little bit. Has he ever run the ball? Nope, no jet sweeps with Davante Adams, huh? And then, the other one we're going to do is the tight end, Mike Sullivan. Oh, look, he's actually ahead of Jordan Reed. Let's say Jordan Reed's 33. Oh. Here's what Mike Sullivan did with the Packers last year. Phenomenal, not bad. Almost 1,000-yard receiving tight end. All right, that was that. We got to cut 13 players. I'm gonna do the math, figure out who needs to go in this low level stuff. I got some linebacker issues that I might not be able to cut some linebackers, but fortunately I think some of these tight ends I drafted are gonna go. Let's see what we can get done. Who might let go? Ty Montgomery, and I don't know. There's a lot to choose from here. See you in a little bit. We got lots to talk about. It was very exciting. Preseason's over, but it's time to go over the various things that have happened since I last left you 10 seconds ago. First of all, I want to talk about draft picks that are left on the team from the 2019 draft picks. We did not resign Paul Conrad, Derek Lewis, or Mike Sullivan, and then Al Frampton, Daniel Paulson, and Brandon Cargill were let a long time ago. And Ja'Cory Purdy, our third round pick, he got fifth round, I guess. Anyways, he got to stick around for a while. So basically, all I have left from my 2019 is Marquise Allison, the halfback, and Kyrene Lauderdale, the wide receiver, who just signed long-term contracts. So they'll be around, but the rest of them are all gone. Is that a successful draft class? I don't know. This is year 5. Anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at every team's top players, and we can see that Luke Kuechly, David Moore, DJ Moore are the ones for the Panthers. Sorry, let's head to the Patriots. They have no 90 left. Trey Flowers is there. The Rams, Khalil Mack is a 97, and Amari Cooper is a 90. Wow, the Rams have 4. Todd Gurley, John Johnson, Brandon Cooks, and Aaron Donald. The Ravens have none left, and kicker is their best player. CJ Mosley, kicker. I guess that's not true. It's just how it lined up. Devontae Adams is the best player for the Rams. We miss Devontae, but wow, they put a lot of money into him. Jamison Crowder. Does that mean that Randall Cobb is gone? Yeah, Randall Cobb is now gone from... Oh, and also, if we look at their tight end, it's Mike Sullivan. Alright, moving on. The Saints, Marshawn Lattimore, Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk, Marcus Williams, Michael Thomas. Seahawks. They just have Russell Wilson. Steelers, Le'Veon Bell, David DeCastro, Deshaun Watson, Artie Burns, and Juju Smith-Schuster. And look at TJ Watt. Texans, Javonte, I can't say it, Clowney. DeAndre Hopkins. Titans, Adoree Jackson. Is there only one? The Vikings, Daniel Hunter, Stephon Diggs. The Bears, Roquan Smith, David Irving, who they just signed a free agent, Adrian Amos, and Jordan Howard. Oh, here we go. The first 91 fake player, Josh Whitner, for the Bengals. Tre'Davious White for the Bills. The Broncos have Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. The Browns have Myles Garrett. Buccaneers have Mike Evans. Kareem Hunt for the Cardinals. Joey Bosa. Derwin James. Hunter Henry. The Chiefs have Chris Johnson. Lucas Harrell. Hey, look at that. Ooh, and he's only 26. So that's promising. Tyreek Hill. The Colts have no one. Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. Zach Martin. And the rest. Oh, and Travis Fredericks. The Dolphins. Minka Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic. Takis McKinley. Carson Wentz is the only one for the Eagles. The Falcons have Keanu Neal, Deion Jones, Christian McCaffrey, and Desmond Trufant. 49ers have DeForest Buckner and Reuben Foster. Reuben, you're an idiot. Odell Beckham is a 98. Saquon Barkley is a 96. Lando Collins. Sterling Shepard. The Jags have Jalen Ramsey and Yannick Ngakoue. I think that's... Oh, and Leonard Fournette. Oh, they have actually a lot. I just kind of passed them all up. Leonard Fournette, Miles Jack. The Jets have a wide receiver who's a 92, 23-year-old wide receiver. Wow. I can look at him. Superstar status. Look at that. Training goal. A lot of EXP there, buddy. Wow. Jamal Adams. The Lions have no 90s, and then we have Aaron Rodgers is a 95, Kenny Clark 95, Trevor Alexander is a 93, David Bakhtiari is a 92, Haha is a 92, Kyrie Lauderdale is our fake player, first fake player with a 90, 26-year-old. We have a lot of potential for that guy right there. Scheme fit, Lennox Hughes. Superstar, 22-year-old. He should do pretty good. What does it say he got for experience? Yeah, so he got 1275. Nice. So, yep. Going to the rosters. So basically, we let go of garbage players plus Ty Montgomery, who now is just old. He was a 73, but he's 30. He would have been... Oops, let's go back to the Packers. Halfbacks, 73 would have put him... He would have been the fourth halfback on the team since I moved Jamal Williams to there. We got rid of Coney Early, the defensive tackle. He was a 71. Leaves us really thin at defensive tackle. And then Cordero Patterson was a 67. He was my punt returner, kick returner, but a 67 puts him at the bottom of the hill. And we only have 5 wide receivers, so we got some areas of concern. Nope, it looks like the Bills did resign Jake Ryan. Now they're starting starting linebacker. His contract. I'm trying to look at his contract. So they signed him to a total contract of approximately 16 million. 2-year, $16 million deal. Amazing. All right, guys, the season's over, and guess what we're doing today? We're doing something crazy. Are you ready for this? Yeah, could you see View Squalor in the office, Mr. Guyton? Yeah. Yeah, we just want to say the season just really hasn't gone out very well, and I'm just not really happy with your performance and how you've been doing. So I am releasing you from your duties. You are no longer the coach of the Packers. That was pretty shocking. So we look through and we see that we got some 46 defenses, a multiple 3-4, the multiple zone run, just Edward Timberlake. But there's our guy we just fired. We're going to give a real coach a chance. We're going to go with Todd Bowles, former coach of the Jets. Give him a $3.5 million deal. He accepted. The Packers are now running a 3-4. Let's take a look at that. Here's our offense right now. As you can see, it's not great. Defensively, Jamal Williams is our leading defensively. So we switched to a 3-4. We got lots of players who are scheme fits except for these linebackers. That's not good. So that will be a bit of that'll be a bit of a challenge, but we did this because I want them to play man coverage, and 3-4s you play man, 4-3 you play zone. That's how I understand it, and that's what's happening, so we're going to go with a 3-4. That amazing breaking news, that's going to be the end of episode 40 with the firing of Billy Guyton and the hiring of Todd Bowles. See you next one to discuss how the season went and thoughts and whatnots, because it's been a while since I played.